man and his family feel like they've been stuck between a rock and a hard place. Take a look at this. This is 90-year-old Don Nicely's driveway, right up against the steep downhill that is city property. So for years, there were trees which acted as a visual barrier till last week when Duke Energy cleared it out to protect the overhead power lines. The city last week agreed with the family's safety concerns. The city administrator saying we will be moving forward in making sure that's a safe situation until the city's lawyer brought up a problem. The law says you cannot use public money when it only benefits a private property owner. So WCPO 9 News reporter Andrew Rowan spoke with that man's family and the city about what, if anything, can be done.
I was on a tree holding it, and I lost my grip and balance and went over.
89-year-old Don Nicely has already fell here once. That was when the trees were still standing.
If you go over now, you're going to turn over.
The city should have had a plan in place for a fence or guardrail.
The family took the issue to the city last week. Administrators agreed to look into it.
We'll be moving forward and making sure that's a safe situation.
Starting a bid process, even putting up a temporary guardrail.
You came away from that council meeting saying this might get resolved.
Oh, we thought it was resolved. Absolutely. 2 days later, they came out and said they changed their mind. They took the fence down.
The city lawyer says Erlanger isn't liable for what happens here and thus can't spend money on the project.
And they have to be able to show a public purpose. In order to use taxpayer dollars, that is it's the most important piece of the puzzle.
I don't know what defines public, if it has to be thousands of people, but in my opinion, if it's a handful of people or one person, that matters.
What's even more frustrating for the Niceleys is the fence that they want here is installed by the city right across the street.
I mean, we've talked about the city beautification idea and plan that we could go forward with, but it takes time, obviously.
Maybe a year, 2 years down the road, and something needs to be done now.
City council could allocate funds, but there are ethics to consider. Don is a former council member and his daughter Diana is a current member. All the red tape for Don?
Rotten to the core.
What do you feel when we look over this edge? We're pretty close.
Don't get the hell close to it.
In Erlanger, Andrew Rowan, WCPO 9 News.